Russian President Vladimir Putin is one of the most powerful men in the world. He has been in power for over 2 decades, and he is responsible for some of the worst atrocities committed in recent history. But despite all of his power and wealth, there are some things that even he cannot buy, and one of those things is a comfortable flight on his presidential jet. You're probably thinking, what could be so bad about flying on a private jet? Well, it turns out that Putin's presidential jet is actually a nightmare for him. It is constantly breaking down, leaving him stranded and humiliated on the tarmac. So, what is wrong with Putin's presidential jet, and why does it keep breaking down? And how does it reflect on Putin's leadership? It's me, and this is the story of Putin's cursed presidential jet. The Russian president's plane is a modified Boeing 747-7, which is known as the Flying Fortress. It was originally designed as a passenger plane but was later modified to serve as Putin's airborne command post. The plane is equipped with advanced technology to withstand attacks from both the ground and the air. It also has the ability to stay in the air for up to 12 hours without refueling, making it an ideal platform for long-range flights. The plane can carry up to 76 passengers, including members of the Russian president's entourage, as well as up to 18 tons of cargo. It is powered by 2 pairs of engines, each producing 37,000 pounds of thrust, giving the plane a top speed of 617 miles per hour. But despite its advanced technology and capabilities, the Flying Fortress has been plagued with problems since it entered service in 2003. One of the most serious incidents occurred in June 2012 when the plane made an emergency landing in Belarus after experiencing technical difficulties. At the time, Putin was traveling from Moscow to Iran when the plane's indicators turned on, indicating a problem with the indicators themselves. The pilots were forced to make a detour to Minsk, where they landed safely. While no injuries were reported, the incident highlighted the safety concerns associated with Putin's aircraft. In August 2013, the Flying Fortress was forced to make an emergency landing again, this time in Vienna, due to a malfunction in the indicator system. This incident led to a 5-month grounding of the aircraft while it underwent repairs and maintenance. In February 2015, the plane was involved in another incident when it suffered a bird strike shortly after takeoff from Moscow. The incident caused damage to the engines and the windshield but did not cause any injuries. The plane made an emergency landing in St. Petersburg where it was repaired before being returned to service. The frequency of these incidents raised concerns about the maintenance and safety standards of the aircraft. Many experts argued that the Russian government should invest in new planes or lease aircraft from foreign manufacturers to ensure the safety of Putin and his entourage. However, the Russian government dismissed these calls and insisted that the Flying Fortress was safe and reliable. They claimed that the incidents were isolated and that the plane had undergone rigorous maintenance and inspection procedures. But the incidents kept happening. In December 2015, the Flying Fortress was forced to make an emergency landing in Siberia due to a malfunction in the indicator system. The plane was on its way from Moscow to Japan when the incident occurred. The pilots followed emergency procedures and landed the plane safely without any injuries. But the incident raised further questions about the reliability of the plane's systems. In July 2017, the Flying Fortress suffered another engine failure while flying over Norway. The plane was on its way from Moscow to Istanbul when one of the engines caught fire. The pilots managed to extinguish the fire and land the plane safely in Oslo. An investigation into the incident revealed a fuel leak as the cause, and the plane was grounded for several months while repairs were carried out. These repeated incidents have not only damaged the reputation of the Flying Fortress, but also caused significant financial losses to the Russian government. The cost of maintaining and repairing the plane is substantial, and the grounding of the aircraft for extended periods has disrupted Putin's travel schedule and affected his ability to carry out his duties effectively. Now, here's the thing. All of us know that Russia is not exactly swimming in cash nowadays, and the constant breakdowns of Putin's presidential jet have left the Russian government with a major headache. You see, every time the jet has a problem, it needs to be fixed, and fixing it costs a lot of money. Plus, the plane has to be taken out of commission while it's being repaired, which means that Putin can't use it. And since Putin is the president of Russia, he needs to get around a lot. He travels a lot, whether it's to meet with other world leaders or to attend important events. And he needs a plane that can get him from point A to point B quickly and reliably. But the Flying Fortress isn't exactly doing that. It's constantly breaking down, which means that Putin has to cancel or postpone his trips. And that's not good for business. And let's not forget the embarrassment factor. When a plane breaks down, it doesn't just affect the people who are on board. It affects everyone back home. I mean, when the Flying Fortress was making that emergency landing in Siberia, everyone in Russia was talking about it, and you can bet that the media in other countries was having a field day with it. Here was the president of Russia, the man who's responsible for some of the worst atrocities in recent history, and he couldn't even get on a plane without something going wrong. It's no wonder that Putin was so angry about it. He wants to be seen as a powerful leader, not as a bumbling fool. But the truth is, he's neither of those things. He's something in between. He's a mix of charm and charisma with a heavy dose of ruthlessness and cunning. But even someone like Putin can't escape the laws of physics. And it turns out that his plane is just not up to the task. The situation is so bad that even Putin's friends are starting to give him grief about it. I mean, we're talking about people who have no problem with Putin's shady dealings, but even they have to draw the line somewhere. And it seems like they've reached that point with the plane. According to reports, even Xi Jinping has made fun of Putin's plane. And if that doesn't tell you how bad things are, then nothing will. I mean, Xi Jinping is not exactly known for being a comedian. He's more of the stoic, serious type. But he couldn't resist making a jab at Putin's expense. And honestly, who can blame him? With all of these incidents, you would think that Putin would finally do something to fix the problem. But so far, he hasn't. I mean, he's tried everything else. He's tried changing pilots, he's tried changing mechanics, he's even tried changing planes. But nothing has worked. The Flying Fortress is still a disaster waiting to happen. Some experts say that the reason for the constant breakdowns is the age of the plane. You see, this plane was built in the 1990s and it's been flying ever since. That's a lot of wear and tear. And it's not like Putin has been taking good care of it either. He's taken the plane on trips around the world, including to places like Syria and North Korea. Those are not exactly easy places to fly to. And don't forget the times when Putin has used the plane as a taxi service. He's flown around his friends and family members in it, and that's not exactly how you keep a plane in tip-top shape. Others say that the problem is not with the plane, but with the people who maintain it. After all, planes are machines, and machines break down from time to time. It's not the end of the world. What matters is how you deal with it. And in Putin's case, he's not dealing with it very well. His mechanics are not up to the task, and that's why the plane keeps breaking down. But whatever the reason, one thing is clear: Putin's plane is cursed, and the sooner he gets rid of it, the better. With all the problems it's causing, it's not worth the hassle. Putin needs a plane that's reliable, safe, and most importantly, modern. The Flying Fortress is none of those things, and it's time for him to face the music. So there you have it, the story of Putin's cursed presidential jet. A plane that even the most powerful man in Russia can't tame. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends. Also, check out my other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching.